Okay, we're going to go into how to make the perfect green smoothie now. And one of the best ways to do that is to have some extra of your green juice made. So here's a really high alkaline forming base that we're going to start with. And today we're going to be using a very high powered blender. And what I want to do is make sure that all the switches are off, the power dial is down. So switches off, dial down, go ahead and plug this in and test it. Okay, so we know the machine will run properly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take my green juice and I'm going to try and hold back on some of this foam because that's oxidized juice, and we'll just get most of this that we can. And you can see there's a lot of the leftover fiber that was in the original juicing. So put that up on top. And then we want to add just a few ingredients to adjust the taste and flavor. Now, what we're doing with the smoothie is we're going to take some ingredients that really don't juice that well, particularly with this style of machine. So for example, broccoli, or in this case the broccolini, really doesn't have a high moisture content, but it's going to get blended up just fine, so we really have a full whole food going into the smoothie. So you don't have to do too much with this because the machine's going to do the rest of the work. And we don't have to add a lot. It doesn't take very much. And then we're going to put just a little tiny bit of the full spectrum Himalayan salt in, and then I'll get the machine started. Alright, and now what you would do at home is go ahead and taste that so you can see how the taste and flavor changed. What I'm going to be checking for is to see how much that salt. So I'm not tasting much of the salt, so I'm going to add just a little bit more, and it doesn't take more than that. Now, one of the other ingredients I'm going to be adding are pea shoots. So anything that is a sprout is really nutrient-dense foods. And it doesn't, once again, doesn't take much to flavor something up. So just about that thickness is enough to completely change the flavor of the smoothie. So we're going to add that in. And 10 seconds is about all it takes to get it blended the way we want in these steps. Okay, so I can clearly taste the pea shoots. I can definitely taste the salt in there now. The citrus has kind of disappeared. So because my last step is avocado, I know that lime juice goes really well with avocado, so I'm going to add just a little bit. That might have been a tablespoon. And then if you take a really close look, you can see a lot of bubbles, little tiny bubbles in the unit. And what we're going to do is we're going to add enough avocado, and we're going to add it in slices until we see the bubbles disappear. And then we know that it's blended and won't separate later on. All right. And so for the avocado, I'm just going to slice it in 2 different directions, and that way I'll have my 4s. Now this one was a little bit overripe, so I'll just trim out some of those dark sections, and with a really nice ripe avocado, the skin should peel off perfectly like that. Alright, so be sure to put the lid back on, and then we'll get get this. Now we can check it for thickness. So it's starting to completely blend up. I do see a tiny amount of bubbles, so I want to add just a little more avocado to this mix. And I'm going to kind of work my way around the unfavorable spots of that avocado. Add that in, turn the power back up. So I'm silently counting to myself about 10 seconds, and that should be enough to completely homogenize the avocado. Now we have our finished green smoothie, and get a fresh glass over here, and you can see how thick it is. Now this is where we're getting the full amount of fiber from what we added in, but we also again have that very powerful green juice alkaline base. So a lot of people may use water or some other fruit juice as the base in their smoothie, and I think that with just a little bit of thinking you can see that this is going to be so much more effective for what we're trying to accomplish with alkalinity, a wide variety of different nutrients, but not overpowering too many different tastes. And what we can do tomorrow, instead of the broccoli or the sprouts, I might use cauliflower. It's not a green food, but it's still a great vegetable. And the day after that, instead of that ingredient, I might use spinach. And the day after that, maybe I want a little stronger onion taste, so I might put the leeks in. Every day you can have a base of ingredients and then just change one variable and have a completely different tasting smoothie if you're looking for a lot of different variety. So that takes care of our green smoothie.